I can give you 5 reasons that Trump is one of the worst presidents that we could have ever elected in our entire lifetime. All right. Number one, the biggest known issue that is more public than anything else that he's possibly done is that he's a straight up pedophile. He's known to be on the Epstein list, he's known to be friends with Epstein, and there's tons of photos online where you can see him sitting with little girls on his lap or in a room full of little girls and, hanging out with Epstein and doing all these type of things. And if you look closely, you can see that he looks a lot more happy than someone should be hanging around with a bunch of kids in a very weird and unconscious way. Number two, he's got a very long criminal record of various things, ranging from sexual assault or rape to fraud and other income based criminal activity. And if you're sitting there and kind of thinking to yourself, oh, it's not that bad, and you're trying to defend these things, you're a part of the issue. There's no reason to be defending a multimillionaire laundering money or touching people without their consent. That is not, none of that makes any type of sense. There's no reason why you should be trying to justify either of the first 2 points. Because at that point, you're the one who's kind of lost their mind. You know? Number three, false promises. Way too many false promises. As do most president elects, but him specifically, it's some of the worst out there. He convinced everyone at the beginning that he was going to lower the price of basic items or lower the price of housing or make the economy get back on track. Has any of that happened though? No, unless I'm living in a different reality, I'm almost certain that has not happened. They straight up have lied, have not done any of the things that they said they would. And there's no shortage of basic items such as eggs or milk or any other groceries. There's no shortage of any of those things. They had COVID, they used COVID to their advantage, inflated all of the prices that they could to the highest extent possible, and then now they just refuse to lower it down because they know that people, regardless of that, people are going to pay the price. They don't care. And to combat that, what they should do is raise the minimum wage, but they don't. Minimum wage is still at one of the all-time lowest possible prices that it could be at, and grocery items and other items are just at the highest point that they could be at. You cannot have a livable wage on if you're working for minimum. If you're working for minimum, it is not livable at all. Majority of jobs, even paying $15 an hour, are barely livable. They're only livable under the circumstance that you work 40 plus hours a week and burn yourself out on a weekly basis. If you don't believe me, look at the cost of eggs. Go to your local grocery store and look at how much a carton of eggs right now costs, and think to yourself, how much did that same carton of eggs cost in 2019, right before COVID hit? The difference is atomizing. It is insane. All right, on to the next point. Number four, blatant market manipulation. He promised to raise the economy, raise stock prices, and to put us on a better track. He didn't. Earlier this year, we lost the most amount of money in the stock market that we could have ever lost within the span of a week. In about 3 days, we lost $6 to $8 trillion in the stock market. Everything was plummeting, and prices of multiple things were just going up because of that. The big shareholders were all selling right before the plummet. Why is that? So they can have a gain. They sold right before the plummet, and all these people lost money. Now all those important giant stocks are down in the depths, right? Borderline Great Depression again. A few days later, everyone's buying them again. All the big shareholders are buying in a crap ton of shares. And now they try and sell that market manipulation as quote unquote market recovery period. While we're sitting there losing all of our life savings, these millionaires are gaining more millions by blatant market manipulation. All right. And number five, debatably speaking, he has no intention of actually helping in world affairs. This entire year for his current election, I'm not sure that I've heard a single thing of him doing anything to help with our global situation whatsoever. All he's done, for the most part, is play golf and evade Epstein conversations. He hasn't helped with the thousands of dying children in Gaza. He continues to give Israel money. He continues to give Ukraine money. He hasn't figured out any peace treaties. He hasn't gone to any global discussions to actually move towards any type of peaceful agreements with any of the world leaders. He hasn't come to terms with trading or correlations for anything else. And honestly, I'm not sure what he's in office for or what his goal is or why anyone voted for him in the first place, because frankly, everyone knew that this is what he would be doing, and they ignored it because they decided to believe all these false lies and false promises. He was never really someone that should have been trusted to begin with, yet everyone's trusting him. Why is that? Because he sells everything he does in such a nice, funny, happy, haha way. This is blatant manipulation of your feelings, and everyone needs to open their eyes and see that. The only solution is if we have a mass riot and remove this guy from office, and we don't stop until we get a smart, unbiased, vast majority agreed upon leader who cares about the American people, who can look at how we are globally and do better. All right? Other than Trump, who just sits there and runs from Epstein allegations on a weekly basis and does, I'm not really sure what he does in office. But these are pretty 5 very major reasons why he is by far one of the worst presidents or electoral votes that we could have ever chose. Ever. Really think that the American people need to wake up, open their eyes, and choose to do something for the greater good of the country. Because this, whatever is going on right now, it's not going to end well. It's not going to benefit anyone. It's not going to go nearly as good as anyone thinks it's going to go. And I really think that this is the beginning to something really bad. Peace out.